the ghetto of the ghetto. I feel like I'm gonna get shot at some point. She was sneaky. I could tell she was just waiting for me to get a house or get an apartment so she could sue me and get the money. I wanted to get my tacos and go to my hotel and cry. Hi, hello, good night. What's good, angels? It's your girl, Jordan Angeles, and welcome back to the party. Welcome back to the party. Today, we're gonna talk about my crazy story, how I got my realtor fired. Oh, girl, this is a whole entire story. As you guys know, and if you don't know, go check out my moving diary series over here. I moved from Florida to Texas all on my own, but I had a lot of bumps and bruises and boom da booms along the way, and I want you guys to learn from my mistakes. So when you plan on moving on your own, or you want to move out with a roommate, whatever it may be, I want y'all to be prepared, and I don't want y'all to make the same mistakes I did, because let's talk about my realtor, okay? My first thing was I needed to decide where I wanted to go. I knew I wanted to go in Texas. I wasn't sure where in Texas I wanted to go to. I was thinking Dallas for the longest time. And I found a few apartment locators in Dallas, and I was actually looking at some apartments in Dallas. It was looking good, but it just, I don't know, it just never worked out. Eventually, I finally decided on Houston, and I said, okay, this is where we're going. I'm all about educating myself and learning and learning and learning. So I didn't have anyone to tell me, oh, these are the great places in Houston. Oh, this is the part you need to live in Houston. But no, I didn't know nobody in Houston, and I didn't have anybody to give me any advice. So I had to be the one to put myself in a position to learn some stuff. I went on Facebook groups. I was going on Houston Facebook groups, moving to Houston, or people that already live in Houston, looking up every single YouTube video known to man on moving to Houston. Girl, I watched it, okay? I was educating myself like crazy. And I went on one of my Facebook groups in Houston where they were like giving out realtors, recommending realtors. And then there is this realtor that I found. We need a name for her. We're gonna call her, what are we going to? We're gonna call her Betty. No. We're gonna call her Loretta. That's what we're gonna call her. We're gonna call her Loretta. So Loretta posted a post. It was like this thread of like realtors and stuff. She posted herself. So it wasn't a recommendation.
Red flag number one.
She posted herself. She had a nice business card. It was nice and professional, because I was also looking for people of color, okay? And I was like, okay, bet, you know, she seems pretty cool, pretty chill. Let me hit her up. So I DM'd her. I was like, hey, I'm in Florida. I'm thinking of moving to Houston. And she's like, okay, great. Here's my number. Let's talk over the phone. So we exchanged phone numbers. She calls me. She's like, can we set up a time to talk? There was good vibes. I was like, okay. We were talking, and she was just letting me know, yeah, I've been in Houston for about 2 years now.
Red flag number two.
Y'all, please, if you're getting a realtor, make sure they live there and they were born and raised there, or at least they've been there for years, not no little 2 years. She was with a rental agency already, or a realtor agency already. So she's like, okay, I'm gonna add you to this thing. Let me know what type of places you want to live, what type of homes you wanted. So she put me up to her little business thing where it would automatically send me homes that I wanted with my preferences. Like, do I want hardwood floors? How many bedrooms? How many baths?
Bop, bop, bop.
All of the recommendations were
old, ugly, nasty, dirty, stinky, crusty, rusty, dusty.
And I was just like, girl, I do not like these recommendations. It started to get a tiny bit better. I was like, listen, the recommendations the system is sending me, I don't like it. She's like, it's okay. All right, I'll take those out. We were talking for about 2 months. I want to say 2.5, almost 3 months in advance. So she's like, okay, so when are you planning on coming to Houston? Because you need a tour before you go. I'm planning on going to Houston in June. This is probably, what's the month before May? April. So April, I'm like, yo, I'm planning on coming to Houston in June. Let's look at some homes, because mind you, y'all, I was thinking of owning. I was gonna just come here and own. Don't do that. Especially if you've never been in the area, if you've never been in the place, at least rent for a year. Rent your apartment for a year, get a feel for the place, get a feel for the vibe before you go trying to own a house. Because that's what I was gonna do. And she didn't tell me that, which she should have as a realtor, but whatever. Whatever places I wanted, she would contact the seller. She even was like, I can also schedule a time and I'll tour the house. I'll do FaceTime with you so you can see. Good vibes. I don't have anything horrible to say about her.
Yet.
I was like, okay, good vibes, blah, blah. My mom was like, oh, you know, Cause my family, they didn't want me to move, period. But to Houston, are you crazy? To another state? So the time comes when I'm going in June. I'm getting ready to go to Houston. I was going there for business. I wanted to get stuff done. She was like, I have a whole itinerary plan for you. I have all the houses we're gonna hit. I scheduled all the tours. I contacted the sellers. We hit in this house. We going to this house. Bah, 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 bah. I'm like, okay. It was around my birthday time, so I was just feeling so good. The day I went to Houston for the first time, I went on my birthday, and I was like, this is it. This feels good. This feels right. So she told me that she had an itinerary ready. Tell me why when I land, I hit her up. I'm like, yo, I just landed. I'm gonna get an Uber to my hotel. One thing I recommend, don't be Ubering. Rent a car. Rent a car. You'll see why. I'm at the hotel, so we can go head to the tour now. Because she told me she had a whole bunch of tours ready for me. I go to the hotel. She comes to the hotel to pick me up, which was very nice of her to pick me up. But that's mistake like number 3. I can't even keep count. Do not, please, do not get in a car with someone you've never met before. Even if you think they're good vibes, whatever, anything could happen. You don't know these people. Don't be friendly with your realtor like that. Business is business. If you like their vibes and after you do the transaction, you want to become friends, you want to network, whatever, let that happen. But when you're doing business, keep it business. They're not to be driving you around, taking you this place. They don't owe you that. You meet them where it is. So either take an Uber or rent a car. Tell me why the first thing she says to me when I hop in a car, she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. You're gonna be my first sale.
Girl, what?
I looked at her and I was like laughing. I thought she was joking. And I was like, what do you mean your first sale? Like, she's like, yeah, you're gonna be my first sale. I was like, you've never sold a house before? She's like, nope. I was like, you've never helped someone rent an apartment before? She's like, nope. I'm like, you talking all this ish, literally playing me. Cause she got a nice headshot, she got her business card, she sounds professional, she got her little business, she got her little automatic email sending me homes and stuff. I'm like, bro, I'm your first client. No wonder. And that was the start of my trip. I was just like, bro. And the thing was, I couldn't even express how upset I was to my family because they didn't support this in the first place. I'm not saying they were wanting me to fail, but they were expecting me to fail. They were expecting this to not go well. And I was just like, bro, I feel like everyone is against me. And now this lady is telling me she don't even know how to be a realtor. So she actually came to my hotel. She picked me up, which was nice of her. And we went to the house. She was telling me it's all nice. Tell me why. When we pull up to the house, the neighborhood is the ghetto of the ghetto, y'all. The ghetto of the ghetto. I feel like I'm gonna get shot at some point. It's just dusty, musty, crusty. The house itself, the year it was made was 1935. It was literally almost, was it 100 years old? Basically 100 years old. And I was like looking around. You could tell she was not prepared. You can tell she just found this little place real quick. And she was like, oh shoot, I forgot she was coming. Even though we've been talking about it literally every single day. I forgot she was coming, so let me just get her a quick little place, right? Even before we get out the car, I'm looking at the neighborhood. In my head, I'm like, you actually want me to live here? You're that desperate just to show me something because you weren't prepared? What if I was your daughter? Would you want your daughter to live here? Is this really how you're gonna treat your clients? We walk up to the house. I'm looking left, right, center. I got my pepper spray in hand because I'm ready to fight. I'm like, yo, I feel like something about to happen. There's a huge guard dog barking down the place. The fence is this high. I'm thinking he's gonna come snatch me, bite me up, and kill me, and then someone goes, shoot. It was a lot. Then there's a lockbox. It turns out to be a lockbox that realtors need a code to scan, and she didn't pay her bill for it or something like that. So then she was like, oh my gosh, now I have to pay $40 to get this key. Like it's my fault. Like I'm the one that asked you to come here. Like sis, I don't even want to tour this house. It's a no for me. I already know I don't want to. So we spent, I kid you not, like 30 minutes. She finally paid for the $40. She was like trying to look through her accounts, trying to text her husband like, oh babe. I don't even know if it was her husband, her man, whatever, her person, whatever. She was like, oh babe, can you send me money? She paid the money, got the keys, and we went inside. I just thinking about it, the smell. You can tell there were termites in there. You could tell there were roaches and rats in there. And I was just like, I'm not going in this house. She's like, oh no, come. We go in the bathroom, we look. I'm just like, this is not the house for me. I rush out. She's like, oh, like, you don't want to tour the rest? I was like, no, I don't want to tour the rest of the house. She's like, oh, well, I kind of paid this $40 for it. I don't care how much you paid. It's not my, how is that my problem? And why do you even want me to be? Why would you want someone, a female of all people, a young female, a young single female alone to live here? You're crazy, bro. This is not it. She's like, okay, yeah, I guess this place isn't it, whatever. She struggling to get the key out of the door. We spent like half an hour trying to get the key out of the door because the lock was so old. We couldn't get the key out the door, so she had to leave the key there. She called the seller. It was a whole mess. And then we got in the car and she was like, oh, And I was just like, it was hot. I was already hot. I was already like, bro, time is going. We should have had tour scheduled. I said, so what happened to the other tours that you said you had already scheduled? And she was like, you know, excuses. I know when someone's lying to me, and I know when someone's trying to play me, and she was doing all those things. And she was like, oh, well, we can quickly look. She was trying to find places really, really quick. And I was just like, bro, in my head, I'm like, are you freaking kidding me right now? I only have a limited amount of time. I took time off of work. I took all my PTO, all of the time for the whole entire year. So I couldn't miss a day of work after this. I couldn't be sick, nothing, or else I would be fired. I literally took time to do this. And it's like she just was playing with my time. And it's one thing to play with my money, but to play with my time that I'm never gonna get back. Money you can always get back, but my time that I'm never getting back, no, don't play with it. I was pissed. She eventually finally finds a place, you know, looking. She's like, oh, let's go check this place out. When we went inside, it smelled nice, the vibe was nice, but the first lady we spoke to, filled with attitude. Red flag. She was just filled with so much attitude. Like, she looked annoyed that I wanted to get an apartment there. She was just like, oh yeah, we're not doing tours today. Everyone was just sitting down doing nothing. They had the ability to tour the apartment. They just didn't want to. They were lazy bum asses. She scheduled a tour for the next day, but I was like, with that attitude, in my head, I'm like, with that attitude, I'm not coming back here. The vibe was And then I was looking on the reviews, and now I know why it was so cheap. Even though the area was nice, city vibe, there were rats. There was a rat infestation. Every single review, rats. Not even roaches, bro. Rats. I was like, oh,
hell nah.
One thing about me, I don't play with rats and I don't play with roaches. No. So then I was like, okay, so like, what's next? What else do you have on your thing? She's like, oh, well, I don't really have anything else. She was just like, okay, well, let's go get something. I want to take you somewhere. Have you ever had a daiquiri before? So we went to this drive-in daiquiri place. We ordered the daiquiris. We went to sit down to go enjoy the daiquiris, whatever. I'm literally boiling. I'm pissed off. I am so pissed right now because we should have did 3-4 tours already. The tours that she was talking about doing. I was so livid. Do you want to know what she was doing? She was searching on apartments.com looking for an apartment. Apartments.com. The worst place to look, by the way, because we gonna talk about how to actually find apartments in a different video. But she was just searching. She's like, I'm looking, and I'm also looking at it. I'm like, bro, she's looking for apartments. I'm just staring at her, like trying to figure out like what is going on. She eventually is like rushing because it's minutes. It's already 5-6. All apartments are gonna be closed. No one's gonna be able to do a tour. And you should have already scheduled that from before because the weekends are different. Like, you need. Why are you just now doing this now? We've been talking for months. You knew about when I was coming down for months. Why are you just doing this now last minute? Why don't you have a backup plan? Why aren't the tours scheduled? I was so livid. I was upset. Eventually, she couldn't find any apartments. She was like, oh, you know what? Let's go out to eat. It's your birthday. I got you. I was like, you really don't have to. I was just thinking of getting some Mexican food, getting some tacos, and going back to my hotel. You don't have to treat me. I don't expect anything from you. I'm already mad at you. I love food, but food is not gonna heal this, okay? And she was like, no. Forget Mexican. I'm gonna take you to this nice seafood restaurant. It's really nice, And it was nice. This place was mad expensive. I'm talking $60 starting price for a dish. Okay. So she's like, girl, you need to try this drink. It's so amazing. I was like, okay, cool. You already said it's my birthday gift. You owe me at least this much. When someone's paying for me, I always order the very least. I always see what they're ordering and order that or less. I just got the same exact thing she got. It was lobster, shrimp, and scallops. It was fire. I will say that. We order, I'm eating, I'm munching, you know, we talking, she's talking, whatever, herself as a person, she was fine. She was okay. Just not a good realtor. She was trauma dumping on me, things that she went through in her childhood that's like, girl, this is not appropriate. This is not the type of relationship we have. I'm your client, not your friend. And then also, oh God, she's like, oh yeah, also you're my type.
Excuse me?
You're the type of person that's my type. That rubbed me the wrong way too. I was just like, girl, you're like 10 years older than me. And two, hello. It was just really weird vibes when she said that. But I completely ignored it. She caught the vibe, so she didn't bring it up again. But still, it was just weird. Anyways, the guy comes with the check. Oh, are we together or separate? I'm like waiting for her to say, oh no, we're together. I got her. Tell me why this lady says, oh no, we're separate. I looked at her. She wasn't looking at me. She was looking at the waiter. Then she dives into her food, trying to avoid me. Trying to avoid my death stare. Looking at her, I was like, what do you mean it's separate.
Sis.
She didn't even acknowledge that, oh, by the way, I'm so sorry, I can't. She was just like, oh girl, this is gonna be so much because you know that $40 that I just had to spend on the door we just came from, the little lock I had to pay for, I had to take out $40 and that just took me out, girl. That just took me out. I can't even afford this. What's up, y'all? It's editor Jordan here. Okay, I was editing this video, but first off, why is it 20 degrees right now? Like, why is it 20 degrees right now? I had to buy a portable heater. I'm under 4 blankets. My apartment heater's on, plus my portable heater's on. I'm freezing. It is 20 degrees right now. It's been in the teens all week. Anyways, I was just editing this and I realized something. She claims she didn't have $40. She claims that the $40 was taken out for the little lock at that house, that musty, crusty, dusty house that I didn't even want to go to in the first place, that you should have had common sense. Like, you didn't even have to use that $40 because that was just a waste of money. You claim that's why you can't pay for my meal, but my meal didn't even come up to $40. How is $40 gonna take you out? Like, you could barely even pay for your meal. So I'm just now realizing this whole time, she never even planned on paying for me. You talking about you've come to this restaurant multiple times, so you know how expensive it's gonna be. You know what the prices are looking like. So this should be no surprise. You knew you didn't have the $40 and you knew that wasn't gonna make or break you. What was the whole point of taking me out? Like, why, what? She was just playing in my face, talking a whole bunch of rah-rah, but not doing nothing. And then, the whole time we were having dinner, she was getting called down by this little mom and pop car dealership place. You know, the one that don't ask for no credit? Yeah, it sounded like she got bad credit because they were calling her down saying like, oh, we're gonna repossess your car if you don't pay your bill. And she kept on ignoring, but it came from like a whole bunch of different numbers. Then she had to call her mom. Do you think you could send the payment, please? Like, and then I'll send it back to you. They gonna take the car. I was just like, girl, I promise you, if we are driving and someone comes and tow this car and we are left stranded on the highway, it was just crazy. Y'all can go back to the video while I freeze. Pray that I do not freeze and turn into an icicle because I am freezing, okay? My doggy is literally he is in this blanket. He's gonna be mad. Look at him. Hi, baby. He looks like he's in Alaska, sleeping his life away. I'm gonna finish editing this video. I'm gonna pop back in if I see something I wanna add. And yeah. I was like, first off, how is that my problem? Second off, you broke, bro, because $40 really gonna take you out? Girl, I don't even care about all that. I don't even care if you didn't have the money to pay for me. I didn't need you to pay for me in the first place. I wanted to get my tacos and go to my hotel and cry. Why did you even take me to this expensive ass restaurant, tell me you gonna pay, have me order all this lobster and drinks as if I got a sugar daddy, and then you say, oh no, by the way, you gotta pay. Like, girl, I have to pay for my hotel. I have to pay for my flight. I have to pay for my Ubers. I budgeted a certain amount. You can't just be putting this on me, and it's not like it's a little $10 dish. My bill was literally almost $100. I was like, why would you even bring me here if you weren't gonna pay for me? It's the principle. It's not the fact that I wanted her to pay and I expected her to pay because it's my birthday and she's my realtor and she messed up. No, you don't owe me anything. But don't say you're gonna do something, you're gonna pay for someone, and then switch up the last minute, not even have the balls and suck up your pride to say, hey, you know what? I know I said I was gonna pay for you, but that $40, it honestly took me out and I'm not able to pay again. I'm so sorry. I'll make it up to you. At least give me that and then I would understand. What am I gonna do? Slap you across the face, chew you out? No, I'm an understanding person. But don't just completely avoid it altogether and sweep it under the rug and act as if you didn't just tell me you were gonna pay for my meal. I was so mad. So I had to take it out of what I was gonna pay for my hotel, and I had to figure out how am I gonna get this money now to pay for my hotel. You just took out how much money that I budgeted for this weekend. So anyways, I was pissed from that. She dropped me home, whatever. We go to my hotel. She's like, I know I really shouldn't ask you this, but if you could also look for some apartments too, you know, just so we can, you know, speed up the process and, you know, find something. I wanted to punch her in the freaking face, but I was still being nice, whatever. I was like, oh, okay. It's so crazy how much I've grown. But this was when I was still a people pleaser, and I was like, oh, okay, like no problem. But in my head, I was pissed. Not my realtor asking me to look for homes, asking me to do her job, and you still expect to get paid in the end? I got there on a Friday, so the next day on a Saturday, she was like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to do any tours today. My hubby, or she calls him what did she call him? My bae something, some weird name that's like, what? She was like, yeah, bae needs a car for something, blah blah blah, so a whole day, another day is gonna be wasted. I was like, okay, like that's fine, no problem. But I was pissed. She's like, I'm sorry, like maybe you can, you know, do what? We're not gonna be able to do anything. So I wasn't gonna let that stop me. I was like, you know what, I'm in Houston, I'm at least gonna get out, I'm gonna explore. I went to brunch, I bought a soccer game ticket, and I took an Uber to a soccer game. I was just exploring. One thing about me, I'm still gonna explore. I didn't care. I didn't let that stop me. I was still pissed, but I didn't let it stop me from enjoying myself. I honestly didn't really enjoy myself that much. The soccer game was very mid. It was very like, but I still wanted to get out of the house either way. So Saturday, she was like, hey, let's go out. Let's go to a nice little Mexican restaurant. I was like, you know, okay, cool, whatever, let's go. But this time I knew in my head, I'm paying and I ain't asking nothing and I'm not listening to anything you have to say. So she picked me up again, went to a bar, and then we were gonna go park. So she picked me up. The parking was $10. She's driving. Tell me why she looks at me. She's like, okay, so you gonna cash at me half? I was like,
excuse me?
she was like, yeah, so you gonna cash at me half for the parking? I was like, you want me to cash at you $5 for the parking of your own car? It just rubbed me the wrong way. You know what I mean? And also the things that you promised me, you've been following through. You haven't been doing your job. You want me to pay the $5 for the parking? I was like, okay. I sent her the $5 though. I was like, you know what? Okay, fine, I'll pay the $5. I cash apped her. And then after she was texting her husband, what does she call him? It was like my bae man, my something, not baby daddy. It was some weird little like high school name. And she was like, oh, I need to see if he can send me something because I don't really have enough. And I was like, I only have enough for me, so I hope you don't expect me to pay. And she was so happy. She's like, ooh, he sent me like $50. I have enough to even get a drink. I have enough to get those egg rolls that I like. You could tell she got a poor mindset and she was broke. We went into the restaurant, we sat down, we ate. I got my food, I got my tacos, I got my drinks. I was like, F it, I'ma just enjoy myself. Tell me why, when it's time for the bill to come, she gets her card. She's like, oh, the waiter is like, is it together or separate? I was like, separate. And I said it loud and clear. I was like, separate. She brings the bill for both of us. I get my card, bam, and she takes her card, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The waitress goes to my realtor. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, but your card declined. I was like, sipping my drink. I was like, I was like, sipping my margarita. I was like, let me act like I didn't even hear that because I know what she about to do. And she was like, what? Can you try it again? She's like,
I tried it 3 times.
I was like, he cash at me. It must not have been in the account yet. You can get your cash app in the account right away. You just have to pay extra. She wanted to be stingy and cheap and not pay it. Oh, it didn't hit my account yet and I have to transfer funds to my account. And then she's like, oh, let me get my phone so I can transfer it. Phone dead. So she's like, oh, can I download your phone so I can download my bank app and get it? Looking at her, I was like, bro, it's either she downloads a bank app on my phone and pays for herself or I have to pay. So I was like, you know what, fine, here you go. She downloads the app. She don't remember her password. She's like, oh my God, I don't remember my password. Do you think that you could just pay and I'll cash app you as soon as I can? I was just like, you know what, like you're so freaking annoying. I was like, sure. I was pissed. I was like, just take the card. Here, just take it. My order was like, I think $30. Her stuff was like $65 because she got oxtail, egg rolls, 2 margaritas, mad drinks, all of this stuff. Why are you ordering all this stuff if you know you don't have the money for it and you're just gonna depend on me? And bro, you should know better. Have you no shame? I'm younger than you. I'm your client. And I feel like the reason she felt so comfortable to do this is because I dropped the bar. I dropped it too low. We were too friendly, too quick. Your realtor is not your friend. You need to keep things business. Stand on business. I was too friendly with her. We were too friends. We were too kiki. Ha ha, yeah. And now she thinks that she can just, use me. So I paid. We went into the car. I was dead silent. I was freaking pissed. And she was trying to change the subject. We get into the car. I was not leaving. I was like, okay, you can cash at me now. Because she needs to charge her phone. I wasn't getting out the car. I was like, okay, you can cash at me now. I could just tell she was the type of person where if you don't say nothing, she ain't gonna pay you back. And that is way too much money. Even if it was $2, you are giving me back my $2. All right, you need to pay my money now. My cash app is this, okay? This is my cash app, so make sure you get it. She's like, okay, like whatever. She got it, she transferred the funds. She looked annoyed and upset like that. I reminded her, yes, girl, girl, I'm not gonna have you do the same thing to me again. She sent me the money down to the very cent, okay, down to the very cent. She couldn't even just round it to the next dollar, down to the very cent. I was like, okay, I'm still pissed, right? I went in my hotel and I was just so sad. I had a breakdown. I was crying. I felt like nothing was working out for me. I was like, this must be a sign that I'm not meant to go to Houston. And I was just like, you know what? No, you're not gonna let this stop you. This is what you need to do. It's just gonna be hard. This is just the universe trying to see how bad do you really want this and testing me to see if I'm really gonna push through the challenges and the obstacles. So the next day was a Sunday. This Sunday was my last day. I didn't have no time to be playing around. Sunday, most of everything is closed anyways. Saturday, she couldn't even do no tours. I'm not waiting for nobody to do nothing with me. I texted her, I was like, hey, I found some places. She proved to me that I couldn't rely on her no more. So I was the one that was looking. I stayed up all night till like 4 in the morning looking for apartments, and I was able to find a few apartments. I was like, listen, I got some apartments that we can go look at. We gonna have to go because I cannot trust you to find apartments that I actually like. She's like, oh, by the way, I found an apartment. I was like, okay. When she picks me up, she's like, oh, I'm sorry, we have to go pick up my kids because my baby can't watch them today and her baby daddy can't do it. I was just like, oh my goodness. So we go to her crazy neighborhood, her ghetto neighborhood. I'm looking left, right, and center to see if I'm gonna get shot. Her kids are in the back. I was like, hi. The kids had snot all over them. They were coughing, sneezing, and she was smoking in the car with her little children. Smoking, had all this cigarette smoke in these poor babies' lungs, getting secondhand smoke. Not you smoking around your kids. It's one thing to smoke with me in the car and around me, but with your kids, it put me in such a bad mood. That's why this poor baby was literally like coughing snot everywhere. We pick up her kids and we go to the apartment that she supposedly found. This apartment is
grimy, nasty, dirty, spider webs everywhere.
Ew, I didn't want to go in here. But she just wanted to do it because she knew that she only found like 2 apartments that sucked and that were horrible. So she wanted to up her game because she saw I was the one finding all the apartments. So she just wanted to say like, oh, at least I found this for you, but you didn't like it. She just wanted to say like, you didn't like it. It was you. We went in the apartment. I know damn well you ain't want me to live here. Can we just leave? I don't even want to look at the rest of the apartment. I don't feel safe here. I don't want to live in this neighborhood. She's like, oh yeah, I don't really know the neighborhoods like that. Really? She only knew the ghetto neighborhoods because she did not live in Houston. She didn't know nothing about Houston. And I was like, why are you gonna have these clients if you don't know nothing about the city that you're trying to sell? So I sent her all around. Yes, use your gas. I was like, this is the apartment we gonna go to. I was the one that found every single apartment that we toured. I was the one that found it. So we went to this first apartment. It was really nice. I love the area. I already knew it because it was where I was in Tampa. Dope. I love those types of apartments. Very luxury. We went to a tour and she was taking her little video. She was taking videos. Tell me why she was taking videos of all the tours. She made a TikTok and posted it onto her Facebook and all of her social platforms and was saying, oh, book with me. I'm the best realtor. Book with me. I'll find you the best apartments. Girl, are you kidding me? I was the one that found this apartment that we touring right now. What you mean? You false advertising, trying to get everyone in your trap, trying to play everybody like you a good realtor. Like, no. The literal audacity to take videos of the tour and make it seem like she found the apartments, she found all the apartments, she did all of this all on her own. I was like, are you kidding me? The rest of the apartments, they were all closed. Everything is closed until 1 because I had 3 more apartments that I had found, but because Saturday we couldn't, this was the only day. My flight was Sunday night. So I literally had no time to be stressing. I was like, listen, we need to get to the apartment hunting now because I don't have no time. My flight is literally this evening. I need to get at least 3 tours in. Mind you, everything didn't open till 1. Then she was like, all right, we need to go get something to eat, blah, blah, blah. Let's go for breakfast. We went to Denny's. So she's like, don't worry, this one is on me. You're damn right it's on you because it's like a $10 meal. In my meal was only $10. That's why she was so quick to, oh, no. I was taking out my card because I knew what was gonna happen. She's like, no. You're not paying. I'm gonna pay. Yeah, the only reason you rushing, you slapping my hand down so I don't pay,
Slapping the card out my hand
is because it's only $10, babe. It's only $10. After we ate, we finally get to go tour the apartments that I found, the rest of the apartments that I found. Every apartment that I didn't like, that you could tell you wouldn't even want to live there, she was like, oh, no. You should go. You should do it. Because she want to make money, right? She just wanted to make the money. She's like, oh, even if this apartment agency doesn't give commission for realtors, I still want you to get it because relationship over, what did she say? I take relationships over money. Relationships over money. Always relationships first because that's how you establish your clientele. She was talking a whole bunch of rah-rah and BS. So anyways, we toured those 2 apartments. They were a flop because the reviews weren't it, even though they looked okay. All in all, the apartments that I toured weren't it. So we go back to my hotel because my trip is over. I didn't get to do anything I wanted. I didn't get to tour any of the places I thought she had. She said she had a whole itinerary of places to go. She lied. She's like, oh, well, I hope you have a good, safe flight home. I'm sorry you couldn't be what you wanted. I was just like, shut up. I'm just ready to go home. Leave me the hell alone. Goodbye. Thank you. I fly back home. I'm so upset. I'm sorry about the lighting. It's getting dark. But I finally get home and I can't even tell my family about how it went because all I'm gonna hear is, told you so, told you so. I knew you couldn't do it. And I told you about that realtor, just finding a realtor online and blah, blah, blah. They were right. But the thing was, I had to keep it to myself and I was upset. I allowed one day to let my self-doubt do that. And then after I was like, no, I'm still gonna get the life that I want. I'm still gonna go to Houston because that's what I said I wanted to do. And I don't care what happens. I'm committed to never giving up. I told my mom about it eventually. I told her all the things that happened with my realtor. She was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. You could still tell in the back of her head. She wasn't gonna say it, but she was like, I told you so. That's why you need to stay here. I forgot to tell y'all, the very first day that we met, that I contacted the realtor, she sent me an email to sign a contract. Y'all, editing Jordan here again. I forgot to add that when I first contacted her and we first had that conversation, she was telling me about how she's a realtor, blah, 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 blah. She sent me a 2-year contract to sign. So I was legally blinded. So I was legally binded to her and she could be my only realtor for 2 years. That was the immediate first red flag. Don't ever sign a contract with a realtor. She had me sign a 2-year contract before she even showed me anything, before she even showed me why I should trust her. A 2-year contract, and could only use her and could not use any other realtor. And if I did, all the money would go to her and she could sue me. And she was playing games, trying to run away, trying to block me without having the decency to text me and say what she needed to say. She wanted to block me, not send the contract so I would be stuck and she could still sue me and make money off of me.
Fraud.
A con artist. If you don't know how to do something, just say that. You just want to make quick money, then just say that. But don't do it with me. Go train with an actual professional. Trying to pull a fast one on me. Trying to rob me. Fraud. Con artist. My mom read it and everything. She was like, this is a little weird that she has you sign a contract this soon. And I was just like, no, like do it. I should have listened to my mom. Sometimes their parents do be right, okay? Another thing Loretta was telling me when I got there, she was like, oh yeah, I'm also a legal aid or something like that. So some legal foolishness she did. So I was scared because I was like, if I get a new realtor, she was telling me that she'd be suing people. So I was scared that she was gonna sue me, or like if I bought a house or if I ended up renting an apartment, she was gonna find it, I was gonna get in trouble, I was gonna get sued, or she was gonna be able to take all the money. My mom was like, you need to terminate it. You need to terminate the contract. And I was scared. I eventually found an amazing realtor. If you guys want me to tell the story on how I found my realtor, my new realtor, how all of that went down, how I found her, I'll do a video, but you know what you gotta do, drop it in the comment section below. But anyways, I signed this contract with my realtor, but she was horrible. I was telling her the story. She's like, girl, all you need to do, you need to terminate the contract. I don't even know why she would ask you to sign a contract. Like, realtors aren't supposed to do that. And the realtor I had, born and raised in Houston. She's like, you need to call her mortgage broker and ask to break the contract if she won't do it. I texted my realtor, hey, can you send me the contract again so I can look it over? And she's like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. And then I found her broker. I called her broker directly. This is even better. Let me find the text messages. I'm gonna input it on the screen. I was like, good morning, hope you and the kids are good. I wanted to send my mom an extra copy of our contract, but the link expired. Do you think you can resend it to me? Thank you, have a great week. I was so nice. She didn't answer me. Originally, she had a work phone. I was getting green bubbles. And then when we were like friendly, whatever, she gave me her personal phone number. So now she didn't answer me and she texted me on her work phone. I was like, oh, she texted me on her work number. She answered me on her work number. Okay, this is weird. I texted her again on her regular cell because I was like, I'm not dealing with your green bubbles. I want blue bubbles. So I texted her. I was like, hey, I just wanted to let her know before I called her broker. Hey, I hope you're doing well. I wanted to let you know that my visit to Houston wasn't what I expected. We both know it was a short schedule and you said you had an itinerary of properties lined up for me to tour and it didn't work out that way. The few that I saw, I had looked them up while I was there. I know things happen, but I spent a lot of time and money on that visit and it was wasted. I'm just giving you a heads up that I'm emailing your broker to let them know I want to work with someone else who can cater to my needs of me moving to another state. This is not personal. I just don't have a lot of time and I need my next visit to be more productive. Thank you for your time and have a great week. First off, that was a fire fire text, okay? Respectful, clear, concise, but I still told her how it was and I wasn't mean about it. Y'all, just deal with the darkness. I'm almost done. So I still told her how I felt and I wasn't mean about it. I was respectful about it. Then she was like, hey, I figured when you asked for the contract. Totally understand. Good luck on your search. Tell me why she blocked me. She blocked me after that because I was asking my new realtor, how do I do it? I'm scared. She's like, girl, just say you want to terminate the contract. That's it. I emailed the broker. The broker called me. She's like, can we set up a time to talk? But I did it anyway because I needed this contract to be terminated. I didn't want to be sued. I didn't want to get in trouble, whatever. The broker calls me and she sounded very sophisticated, very in her bag, very like professional, whatever. She's like, hi, like, I'm really sorry about what's going on. You know, Loretta is very new. Loretta just came onto our team and I just want to know before I do something, what was the problem? What was the issue? I told her everything. I was like, she didn't know what she was doing. I told her the whole story. She's like, okay, I feel better about my decision. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I'm firing her. I was just like, what? She's like, yeah, I'm firing her. She didn't really go into detail, but it looked like I wasn't the first person to have a problem with her. Like she was just effing up people's lives, money, and time. I can be your realtor or I can get you someone else in the agency. I was like, no, it's okay. I already found a realtor. I don't want to be affiliated with y'all. But thank you so much. She was like, oh, wow, okay. Please also have her send me the contract so it can be terminated because it had to be my realtor doing it. So then she forced Loretta to send me the termination contract because she was sneaky. I could tell she was just waiting for me to get a house or get an apartment so she could sue me and get the money without doing any of the work and being a horrible realtor. Hey, send the contract. Found out she blocked me. I was like, wow, I tried texting you, but I see that you blocked me, but please send me the contract. Anyway, she sent it to me. I signed it. Bam, I was done with her. But can you believe that? She didn't say no sorry. She didn't say like, I understand. I know I was new. Nothing. She just blocked me. Wasn't even gonna say nothing because I guess I got her fired. No, sweetheart, I didn't get you fired. You got yourself fired because apparently I'm not the only one that was complaining about you. So all in all, I finally got a great realtor. My new realtor, that's a whole other story for a different video. I just want y'all to know, be careful out in these streets when you get your realtor, okay? Learn from my mistakes. Do your research. Know what you're getting yourself into. Y'all, make sure you get recommendations. Make sure you get recommendations. You don't go on no little Google and it's your first time. Get recommendations. Know what you're getting yourself into. Get recommendations, okay? Because this realtor, she did me so dirty. She played me. She knew what she was doing. She knew that she didn't know what she was doing, yet she still played me, wasted my money. I had my time. I took time off. I paid for the flight on my own. I paid for the hotel. The hotel was over $300. That hotel was crazy. There was like a whole like prostitute ring going on in there. It was drama, okay? This trip was crazy, but I didn't make it take the best of me. I still worked hard. I still enjoyed myself. I still went to a soccer game. I went to restaurants, but then my next trip was way better, okay? If you want me to talk about my second trip to Houston, my second visit to Houston, which is on my channel, which I will put right here, let me know. I'll talk about my realtor, my second visit, how it went, the tour, all about moving to apartments. If you guys want me to do that video, let me know in the comment section down below and I will tell you everything about how to find a realtor, how I found mine, the good one, and all of that, okay? But yeah, that's my story. Just know you can't trust people. Don't be too trusting. If you don't know them, you don't know them. People will play you just to get their money, okay? And then after, they'll act like you're the problem, that you got me fired, you did all this stuff. No apology, no nothing. Just left me in the dirt, didn't care. It was horrible. Wasted my time for months, wasted all my time, wasted my money. It was just not it. It was really just not it. But that's the story of everything that happened with my realtor, how she did me dirty, how I got her fired. And there is a happy ending. I'll do a part 2 with my new realtor only if you guys comment in the comment section below and let me know you want to hear that story, okay? Because I love me a good story time. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button. Just hit the like button. It helps me so much. It helps it. You don't have to send me money. You don't have to tip me. You don't have to do nothing. Just press the like button. Use a little finger and just tap that like button and subscribe to the gang if you like it, okay? So thanks for watching, Jordan Angeles, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And watch out for red flags, okay? Watch out for red flags. Don't be trusting these people out here in these streets because they don't care about you. They only care about their paycheck. They only care about their check. They don't care about you. They will play with you. They'll play with your time and your money. I was just so nice. naive. I just wanted to believe her. I was just kind of rushing. I just really wanted this to work out. Learn from my mistakes. In the following videos, I'm going to guide you and teach you how to actually find an apartment and how to find a reliable realtor. But don't rush into this. Don't be so trusting of these people. All they care about is their check. Don't be naive. Don't be so trusting. Check your sources. Make sure they have reliable sources and reliable references and reliable reviews. These people out here don't know what they're doing. Okay, make sure you see some certification. Make sure you can actually see their license. Make sure you know you can trust them, because they out here fraud, conning people, con artists, acting like they know what they're doing just so they can play you, play in your face, and take all your money and run away with no trace. And then you just left feeling sad and broke. I don't want that to happen for you, and it will not happen for you. These people do not care. They will take your money and run with it. I'm all for people getting their money, getting their bag, securing their bag, doing their side hustles, trying out new stuff. I 100% support it. And I understand everyone starts from somewhere. You got to start from the bottom to get to the top. But don't say you're this big realtor when you don't even know what you're doing. At least go train with someone, go on the job with someone, and learn until you feel confident in your work. You didn't even know nothing about the area. You didn't know nothing, but you out here putting up a front saying, oh yeah, I'm the best realtor. I can find everything for you. And when you don't know what you're doing. I support you getting the check and securing the bag, but do it the right way. Don't be out here scamming people and being a fraud. I would just like to say, I don't want to spend this whole video just bashing on someone and hating on someone, because I don't like that. I always like to spread positivity. I'm gonna let you know when you did someone dirty, and when what you did is not okay. Take accountability. But I will give credit when credit is due. She did drive me around when she did not have to. She took me to places, even though it was ghetto places, and tried to rob me, take my money. I don't know if she had good intentions, because she played me multiple times. I feel like deep down she has a good heart, but she just needs to train, and she needs to learn, and she needs to be honest. I wish you nothing but the best. I hope you heal. I hope you become a better realtor if you still want to do that. Stop conning people. Be honest out here in these streets. I hope you're happy. I forgive you, okay? I forgive you for everything, because I'm gonna still get the life that I want. No matter what anyone tries to do or what obstacles they try to throw in my way, you can't stop me from getting the life that I deserve. Wishing you lots of happiness and positivity with a side of attitude. I'm gonna say that with some attitude, because still fraud. This just goes to show that you could have high hopes and high expectations and still things fall through. This is why you should not have expectations. Just have a positive mindset and know that when one door closes, another one will open. Everything in life is just teaching you lessons to make you stronger for your next obstacle that's going to take you to the destination you want to go. Don't give up. You're going to try. Sometimes a realtor, your first realtor, is not going to be the best realtor. It's not going to be the one for you. Sometimes you're gonna go through 10 million apartments. You're gonna stay up till 4 in the morning. I spent so much money on this trip. I don't like to say it was wasted. I just like to say that it brought me a step closer to where I really needed to go. That's what's gonna happen. Sometimes things are not gonna work out exactly how you thought it would, but you just have to realize that you don't always see the bigger picture. I ended up moving to Houston because I did not give up. I did not let this experience stop me from pushing through. I could have said, oh, you know what? This is just a sign that this isn't meant for me. But no, I use this as a sign to say, girl, this is what you really want, but you gotta fight for it. This is just gonna make you stronger. So don't ever get discouraged when things don't work out the first time, the second time, the millionth time. You can pour in so much money, so much time, so much energy, so much effort, so many tears, and still see nothing. With that nothing, you have to realize that the seed has been planted. You're not gonna see the fruit the same day that you plant it. So you just have to realize, if this is what you want, be committed to never taking no for an answer. Be committed to never giving up, always pushing through, and know that your dream happy life is out there, but you cannot give up, and you can't let these obstacles bring you down and keep you down. You're gonna fall down, but every single time you need to get back up. What's your get up game like? What's that game like? How you doing on that? Always get up, always push through, and know that better is on the other side. I never gave up, and look where I am right now. If y'all want to figure out how I actually got here, comment down below, and I'm gonna tell y'all the tea. I'm gonna spill the tea, but I need to hear from y'all. I don't mind sipping a tea at my own tea party alone, but if y'all want to be invited to the party, y'all gotta let me know, and I'll send out the invites, okay?
Okay.
If you always have expectations, you're always going to be disappointed. This is why you just need to be committed to your outcome and know that whatever happens along the way, whatever happens along the journey, it is part of the journey. It is all a part of the process, and it's all going to work out in the end. That you're always going to be disappointed if you have these high hopes and have these high expectations, and then it falls through and things don't work out the way you thought it would. You don't always see the bigger picture. The universe, or if you believe in God, God sees the bigger picture. He knows what's good. Universe knows what's good. He's probably looking down at you like, look at you, sad, confused, not trusting in me. When I told you I got you, when I already have everything worked out for you right here, when you get to this stop. But if you stop over there, crying over there, you're not gonna get to the actual stop that you need to get to that's gonna get you to your best self. You have to get up, wipe your tears, and continue going so you can get to the destination that was meant for you. Always rely on yourself and always have security within yourself so that you can never be disappointed and you can never have those expectations of other people. Only have expectations of yourself, because when you have expectations of yourself, that means you can rely on yourself. It is you versus you. Nobody else is in this boxing ring but you. So you need to be the one to push through. Have faith, have trust, and know that everything will work out, even if it doesn't seem like it in the moment. It didn't seem like it in the moment for me, but I knew. I had a knowing within myself. I said, I'm moving to Houston this year. I don't care what I have to do. I don't care what happens. I don't care. I'm moving. And I did it. I don't blame nobody but myself for the situations I choose to put myself in. I'm the one that chose a realtor. I'm the one that chose to go with her. I'm the one that chose to not rent a car. Everything that happens in my life is because of my choices. So I'm going to take accountability and responsibility, and I'm going to do better, and I'm going to work better. And that's what I did. And that's where I'm at. And I'm going to continue doing that to receive everything that I want, to receive the blessings, to make the money, to secure the bag. Because that's what I'm going to do. Stop having hope in these people and seeing the best in people, seeing the good in people. No, believe them for what they are. When people show you their true colors, believe them the first time. So make sure you're watching out for yourself. Don't be so trusting of these people. Okay, and that's on that. Whew, this TED Talk, this story time is over. Goodbye. Mwah. How do I do this? Bye. Oh my goodness. I can't. Bye.